Much cheaper than buying stuff. Two always good visitors. I've got your Quicksilver, now let me in, we need to talk. Excellent, it's about time, but hold on a moment. Don't try to enter just yet. Let me just remove these wards. There, all disarmed, I think. Come right on in.
Well met, well met. Thank you for the Quicksilver. I've been waiting for its arrival for what seems like ages. It makes me almost wish it could have sprouted legs and found its way on its own. But then it wouldn't be liquid, would it? I must confess, normally I'm rather, well, reclusive. Not that I dislike people, mind you. Quite the contrary. But lately, with all the troubles, a murderer on the loose and young nobles sneaking around up to who knows what, I've had to place wards around my home.
Nobles sneaking around?
Ah, yes. Lately I've seen figures sneaking around in the dark. And not that well-meaning sort of sneaking either. It's obvious what they want.
What do they want?
Why, my house, of course. As if I would ever sell it. Ridiculous. I'd sooner give up my left eye. But my right annoys me at times, so that would be an easier sell.
Please go on.
In any event, back when I first settled in Neverwinter, my humble abode was on the outskirts of Black Lake, bordering acres of untouched wilderness. Now, with Neverwinter being rebuilt, following all that plague nonsense, my property went from the periphery to being right on the main thoroughfare of the rich part of Neverwinter. All the nobility wants to live in Black Lake, but there's no more room, so lately they've been trying various ways to convince me to sell my land.
How did they try to get you to leave?
First, they tried offering me ridiculous sums of gold. What do I need with more gold?
I wish more people would give that question a little thought.
Next, they tried making loud noises late at night. But I need little sleep. So the only thing they accomplished was scaring away the night birds that raid my garden, for which I thank them. Lately, they must be getting desperate, because most nights I can look out and see them watching me.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Oh no, not at all. My wards work quite well, and these nobles are too civilized to try anything worse than mild harassment.
Are you sure these figures you see are nobles?
Of course. Who else would sneak around my home? Well, present company excluded. Oh, that's right. You came here for a reason, yes?
It's a long story.
Great dear, what a tale. The moment you arrived, I knew I'd be interested in meeting you. Wish I'd known that when I first greeted you. Would have saved some time. You've certainly come to the right place. A while ago, I found another shard with properties similar to the ones you possess. I've done every possible test on the shard, but learned little. However, I've never had another shard to compare it against. If you'd like some answers, I'll gladly run some tests on your shards. I have just enough Quicksilver to do it.
Certainly. Yes, but I want this back.
Ah, thank you. I'll be right back with this.
Yoink. And he's gone. Never to return.
My tests are complete. With another shard to use as a comparison, well, I learned quite a bit. Quite a lot, actually. It appears these shards contain latent magical energy, either caused by a strong enchantment from when they were whole or from their method of destruction. Furthermore, the shards resonate when they are brought together, increasing their magical energy output accordingly. These shards are pieces of a broken Githyanki silver sword. Are you familiar with the Githyanki?
No, but tell me about the shards and the silver swords.
The Githyanki silver swords are forged with the special purpose of severing the silver cord that connects the form of an astrally projecting traveler to his or her material counterpart. They look like a regular Githyanki weapon until used in combat, at which point they turn into a column of flowing, shimmering liquid. Really quite amazing, I'm told. I believe the shards that you have found are pieces of one of these silver swords. I presume the Githyanki have come to Faerun to recover the shards.
Why would the Githyanki care about pieces of a broken sword?
I've never heard of one being broken before. It could be that the Githyanki are as interested in how it was broken as they are in reclaiming the pieces.
I thought Githyanki, but none of the weapons had the properties you described.
Common Githyanki would not possess a silver sword. These swords are rare and highly prized. They are given by the Lich Queen to only the greatest of Githyanki knights. When one of their silver swords falls into the hands of a non-Githyanki, they will go to extraordinary lengths to recover it.
Do Githyanki often lose the silver swords?
Often enough that there is a special group of Githyanki, the Sword Stalkers, whose sole purpose is to seek out any of the missing silver swords and punish the thieves who took them.
Is there anything more you can tell me about the shard?
I wish I knew more. Amon-Jero was the real expert. He actually possessed a silver sword.
Who is Amon-Jero?
Amon-Jero? Oh, he was a court wizard of Neverwinter decades ago. I met him a few times. He was a nice fellow, a little absent-minded, with a tendency to drift off the subject. Amon-Jero reminded me of my old mentor, Master Growler. Had the largest collection of noisy, exotic birds. Made quite a racket, you know, chirping and squawking.
Where can I find him?
Well, he's dead now, so I'm not sure finding him will help you much. When word of Amon's death reached me, it was from a messenger who had heard it in passing. The nobles who ruled Neverwinter at the time must have assumed I would simply know if another scholar passed away, for they had not mentioned it to me. It was almost an afterthought. I learned later that it was partly due to what Amon's family wanted, and what had been requested by the deceased, to enter life quietly and to leave it the same way. It is sad in this age when the passing of a humble scholar, an indistinct court wizard, barely warrants a footnote in history. It makes me wonder, will anyone remember me when I'm gone?
I'm sure you will not be forgotten.
That's kind of you to say, but unlike Amon-Jero, I will not be survived by any family.
Would Amon-Jero's family have access to more of his
I
research?
suppose they would, but the Jero family was said to have moved far away from Neverwinter after the war, and Amon-Jero's passing. I have no idea where they might be now.
What can you tell me about the war?
Oh, those were dark, confusing times. So much death and chaos, all brought about by some self-proclaimed King of Shadows. We were told the King of Shadows was not a king at all, but rather a very powerful warlock and summoner of demons. He invaded Neverwinter decades ago with an army of demons. Neverwinter sent their forces to confront him. Both armies perished in the battle, and the King of Shadows was never heard from again. Some rumors suggest that he was defeated and imprisoned by a cabal of mages. Others say that he was dragged away to the abyss by his own demon servants. Whatever the King of Shadows' fate, I say good riddance.
Anything more you can tell me about the King of Shadows?
There is very little else for me to share with you. I certainly wasn't there, and what little history that has been recorded of those times remains vague and murky. However, if you wish, I would be happy to sit down and speculate with you about the King of Shadows. It would be a wonderfully entertaining exercise.
Yeah, of course. Enough history. Where else can I find information I need?
Well, there is Amon-Jero's Haven. It was a secret retreat of his, I believe. I suspect that the Neverwinter archives here in Blacklake would have its location. They typically keep noble family records in the secured archives. They don't allow just anyone to access them, though. I petitioned to be allowed to peruse the secured archives, but I was denied because, well, some silly misunderstanding regarding misplaced books that somehow ended up in my possession.
How can I get access to the secured archives?
Normally, you would have to petition for access, which could take several weeks. However, ask the guards at the archives to speak directly with Archives Administrator Kotnik. He has been known to let me in, quietly on occasion.
Thanks for the help. I'll be going now.
Very well. Thank you for your visit, and for letting me chat with you. Quite enlightening, really. Oh, and before I forget, you may take my shard. I've no use for it any longer. And who knows, you may gather more. Do be careful, though. I plan to raise my wards again after you have left to keep out those young nobles skulking about. Hope we haven't talked too long. Otherwise, they may have gathered their courage and attempted to sneak in.
We have the Batchkov. protection here. No harm will come to ye. Can you take me to the archives? What in the abyss took you so long? You wouldn't believe I had to hide to avoid the city watch patrols. The archives is this? They're just figures. Nothing with you is ever easy. Alright, the sooner we get this over with, the sooner we can get back to the safe-suited merchant quarter. Follow me. Hey, more passive stats. No guards. Something wrong? You survived this long enough without me. You're on your own. Have fun! I'll be waiting outside for you when it's safe. Well, that's weird. Acid and electrical resistance. This is my health bonus chart, and this is my physical bonuses. Constitution, dexterity, and strength. Ooh! Baby! It's Yankees. Just murdered him. It's just a slaughter.
Yes.
What the fuck? Something teleports me. Who's there? Answer me! I'm here to help. What's going on? Oh, thank the gods! I heard shouting and the sounds of fighting, and feared whatever evil has fallen on the archives would find me. Why are you wearing a veil? This veil is worn by all the caretakers of the archives. It is a symbol of our esteemed office. Okay. So, how do you attend to the archives if you're blind? The veil is magical. It only blinds conventional sight. It is both a security measure and an organizational aid. It allows the caretakers to tend to books and records here while ensuring that we do not read them. If you have trouble seeing, can you just take it off? I have sworn an oath. Once donned, I cannot remove it within the confines of secured archives. I have answered you, no. If you're not one of the marauders, why are you here? I need to find information on Amon Jarrow. Jarrow? That information would only be contained within the vault. Many of Neverwinter's secrets are kept there, but it is for our eyes alone. More than Neverwinter's at stake here. I need that information. Very well. If you swear to protect Neverwinter and keep the secret safe, I will help you. Lie, I promise. I vow to protect Neverwinter and keep its secret safe. Hey, lawful. Very well. These marauders most likely seek entrance to the vault as well. You must find 4 pedestals in the archive. Upon each is parchment and a pen, which can only be seen by one wearing a caretaker's veil. Each of the pens will scribe a question on the parchment regarding a book. The pen and parchment will inform you of the book their question concerns, and ask you for your answer. Answer all 4 correctly, the vault will open. Can you just tell me how to solve the puzzles? The questions are never the same, unfortunately, otherwise I would. Find the body of one of my fellow caretakers, take his veil and use it to find the panels. Now I must fight my way out of here. Good fortune to you. Wait a moment, just give me your veil. I cannot give you my veil. I am sworn to wear it unless I leave the archives, or if I'm dead. There are no exceptions. I don't want to be evil, so I don't want to kill them. Thanks for your help. We are goody goody two shoes. And here's a dead caretaker already. Whoa.